2000, I started at Eloqua as one of the founding engineers. And there we were working on building a new category of software called marketing automation that you mentioned. And it was a very long and difficult process the first 5 years of convincing the market, prospective investors and prospects that what we were doing could actually deliver value. But it was a really exciting time. We were doing something really unique and different. But ultimately in 2012, we were acquired by Oracle. And at that point, my life had settled into a pretty comfortable place there at Oracle. I had a large team that I managed. I wasn't doing much day-to-day hands-on technology work like coding and things like that. And so in this time frame, around 2013, I was at the sales kickoff, and I met up with Scott McNabb, one of our top sales leaders. And I was just asking him what he thought of some of the new features we were working on and to really align sales and marketing and so on. And he said, oh yeah, that's nice and all, but I just work on building relationships. And I said, sorry, what? Well, you know, it's all about trust, and that's how you get the deals done. So your sales alignment and everything is great, but I'm really focused on relationships. And this was sort of mind-boggling to me because we were spending all of our time really systematizing sales and marketing and figuring out how these things could work perfectly together. And he was telling us it's all about this human element that was completely outside what we were doing. And so I thought about this a lot and like, how could we actually do something like this? So I ended up chatting with Steve and Paul, who were also the founding team of Eloqua. They were looking for something new to start up, and we had all sorts of discussions. And what kind of system could we build? Where would we get this data? But we honed in pretty quickly on the fact that we wouldn't be able to use a standard rules-based kind of heuristic system to do this. We would need something more like machine learning, or commonly known as AI, to process the vast amount of data from CRM, text data, email interaction data, and actually form a relationship graph of people and the relationships between people and companies. So that was the big idea. And we got started on that. Actually, sorry, let me back up just a tiny bit. I was undecided as to whether I wanted to go down this path or not, given my comfortable life there at Oracle, and really disrupt kind of what I was doing. Because these were technologies that were not familiar to me at all. I was from a standard web and database background, and I was really wrestling with this idea of kind of changing everything and starting back anew, hands-on coding, learning new languages. And so my daughter came home one day, I came home one day, and my daughter came running to me and said, oh, look, Mama, I read this new book you got me. It was a book I had gotten her. She was learning how to read, and it was kind of more advanced than what she was comfortable with, and she was really unsure, could she tackle it? But she loved reading, so she was working hard at getting there. And she was like, I'm so excited. You told me I could do it, and I finally did it. And then she said to me, what did you do today that was exciting? I went to a bunch of meetings and we prioritized the projects. So it was really a call to action for me to say, like, I have to be true to myself and what I tell her, which is to be always learning new things and trying new things and to advance myself. So we got started on this system, 2014. We quickly found out just how difficult it was going to be to sort through all of the noise in the data. So for example, you're all familiar with CRM systems and what kind of data is in there. I'm sure you're all familiar with the fact that there are both big gaps in the data in CRM systems and also a lot of duplicates. So you've probably got like 18 versions of FedEx in there, depending on how it was entered by various reps. Also, when we started integrating email data, so our customers authorize us to check the headers in the email and determine relationships based on that. Very quickly, we saw the mess and noise in that data where you've got automated shipping emails. You've got emails from some guy, Dave, who seems like somebody you might know, but it's actually just a marketer at some other company. You don't actually have a personal relationship with this guy, Dave. And there's the actual small pool of emails that define relationships that you're trying to build, either as an exec or as a salesperson. And so to sift through all that, really AI is the only option. It's not just an advantage, it was a necessity for us to create a system that could continually learn from all that input data and sort through all that noise. So how does this deliver value to our customers? Well, Scott's now a customer of ours. He's a VP of sales at a company called Integrate. And I met up with him recently. I got pulled into a call by the team because I've known him for a long time. And he quickly took over the meeting and said, oh, hey, Andrea, take a look. Here's my accounts at risk of slipping. And I told Julie she really needs to be following up more at this account. I had a hunch that she wasn't doing it. But here you show me right here on my report that she's not doing that work. And here's my single-threaded accounts. And I can see that I told Mike he's got to talk to a whole bunch of other people there, and he's not been doing it. He proceeded to explain how he uses his network graph in order to look for warm intros. So he said, look here, this woman over here, Maya, she's got a strong relationship, and I know Ethan, so I need to call up Ethan and get an intro to Maya, because that's the account I'm trying to get into. So here he is explaining all this stuff back to me. We've come full circle, where he first threw this idea at me, and we've taken it and we've built out a system that can accomplish this. So Scott and leaders like him are now able to use not just intuition in their dealing with their teams and improving and looking for risk in their pipelines, but they're able to actually use our system to evaluate the health of relationships in their deals, in customer acquisition, and in maintaining their current customers. And so today, my offer is to, just like I learned from Scott, and I was nudged along the way by my daughter, is to nudge you all into learning more about relation analytics. And so we have an offer available at Nudge.ai/journey. And so we welcome you to learn more about AI and learn more about what we can do for your businesses with relationship analytics.